Welcome to Science Store online classes.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Welcome back to biology online classes. The chapter what we are discussing is about plant kingdom. So under this plant kingdom we are studying about the NEET CET questions. We are discussing about CET NEET questions. In the worksheet, take out the worksheet. We have completed up to questions 20. Let's move to question number 21. Okay, this is the worksheet number 2. This is 21st question. So I guess it is worksheet number 3. Okay. In that 21st question, find the correct statement for the prothallus of a fern. Already we have explained what is prothallus. It is simple GTP, small, inconspicuous, multicellular, photosynthetic, free living, and it is a free living gametophyte, thalloid gametophyte known as prothallus. So find the correct statement for this prothallus out of 4. So look into the solution 2, answer 2. Monoecious protandrous with unicellular rhizoids. True, they are monoecious. Monoecious means both the sexes or sex organs are present on the same plant or same individual. Okay, and protandrous, male reproductive organ come to the maturity before the female, that is called as protandrous. With the unicellular rhizoids, root like structures which are rhizoids, they are unicellular. All these features holds good for the prothallus of the fern. So the right answer is answer 2. Let's move to question number 22. The dominant photosynthetic phase in the life cycle of Pteridophyta is equivalent to dominant photosynthetic phase in pteridophyte is equivalent to gametophytic phase of Bryophyta. In bryophytes, the gametophytic phase is the dominant phase, whereas in pteridophyte, the gametophyte is not dominant, but it is dependent on the sporophyte. So the right answer is the option 1. Coming to question number 23. In pteridophytes, reduction division occurs when? When does the reduction division? Meiosis. Spores are formed when? During the formation of the spore. That means sporophytic generation is the dominant one and which is diploid. Since it is diploid, it has to undergo meiosis or the reduction division. So resulting in the formation of haploid spores. So option 3 is the right option. Moving to question number 24. The evolutionary advanced features of Selaginella are advanced features of Selaginella in the evolution when you study the ancestry. What advanced feature you can see? A. Heterospory. B. Endosporic development of gametophyte. C. Reduced gametophyte. D. Localization of sporangium bearing appendages in strobili. E. Unisexual gametophytes. F. Fertilization with the help of water. Options are 1. All are correct. 2. All except F is correct. 3. All except E and F are correct. 4. All except C is correct. What is the answer? All except F is correct. Fertilization with the help of water is not evolutionarily advanced feature, but all others like heterospory, formation of two types of spores. Smaller spores are called as microspores and the larger spores are called as megaspores. Endosporic development of gametophyte. Endosporic development. See, the process involves sporogenous cells or the sporocytes, or what you call spore mother cell, which undergo cell division, reduction division, and it gives spores. So in meiotic sporogenesis, a diploid mother cell with the sporangium, it is undergoing meiosis and producing a tetrad haploid spores. Tetrad andre 4 spores are produced. Out of 4, 3 degenerates and 1 is the functional megaspore. And that functional megaspore only will develop into female gametophyte. This concept we have already studied many times. So development of a female gametophyte, okay, with a functional megaspore, that is called as endosporic development of the gametophyte, studied in angiosperms. See, reduced gametophyte. Yes, the gametophyte is reduced like in higher plants. So the gamete producing part is reduced and it depends upon the sporophyte for its survival. Localization of sporangium bearing appendages in strobili. Sporangium means fruiting body which produces the spores. Sporangium bearing appendages in strobili. Strobili means what? It is a cone and that contains the sporangium. Inside the sporangium, the spores are developing. So, the sporangium bearing appendages in strobili. What is that appendage which bears the sporangium? It's called as, that is called as the strobili or the cone. That is also there in selaginelle. It's also an advanced feature you can see in case of gymnosperms also. But in higher plants like angiosperms, there are no cones, but there are inflorescence, there are flowers which bear the sex organs. Then unisexual gametophytes. Yes, unisexual gametophytes present. Male gametophyte and female gametophyte, they are separate. Heterospory, 2 types of spores, smaller microspores which may give male gametophyte, the larger, the macrospores, megaspores which may give the female gametophyte. Fertilization with the help of water, it is not an evolutionarily advanced feature. Rest all are evolutionarily advanced feature. So except if all are correct, students. Alright, so fertilization with the help of water is not the evolutionary advanced feature of selaginella. So the right answer is option 2. We'll move to question number 25. How many structures listed below are diploid for a typical firm member? Diploid andre chromosome number double irbeku. Correct? So 2n. So there are different options. There are different structures listed, I laid out for you. A. Indusium cell, B. Stomium cell, C. NCC, NCC means neck canal cell, D. Rhizome cell, E. Sporophyll cell, F. Prothallus cell, G. SMC means spore mother cell, and H is the spore and I is the anthrozoid mother cell. Let's learn these different structures first. In a fern belongs to Pteridophyte, Triopteris pieris, then Adiantum walking fern. These are all examples. Now, what is this indusium cell means? Let me draw the diagram for you. You see, these are the fluting bodies. These fluting bodies are called as sporangium, and this sporangium contains what? Developing minute spores. The students, and it is covered by a layer, and this particular layer covering, it is called as indusium cell. What is this layer called as? Indusium cell. And this is what? Sporangium. Sporangium bears what? The spores. Now, if you take out this individual sporangium, which bears what? Spores, then it has got a thick covering made up of thick cells, which forms a ring-like structure, and these are called as annulus. What is called as? Annulus means ring. So, this annulus contains what? Thick-walled cells. Thick-walled cells. Then, at a particular region, they contains a thin-walled cells. This is called as stomium cells. It's called as stomium cells. Okay. So, these stomium cells are thin-walled cells. Okay. And they are hygroscopic, means they have the ability to absorb the water or moisture. Hygroscopic and helps for dehiscence. Dehiscence ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಡಿಸ್ಪರ್ಸಲ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಹೊರಗೆ ಹಾಕಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೊರಾಂಜಿಯಮ್ ಇದು ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ನಾನು ಬರೆದಿದ್ದೇನೆ. It is covered by the outermost ring, that is called as annulus, which is having a thick wall. At certain region it is having thin wall. That region is the stomium cell, which is hygroscopic, means it absorbs the moisture and helps for rupturing of the sporangium and to release their spore contents. So this is the sporangium, is the fruiting body. It is diploid, 2n. Okay, so it undergo meiosis and produce the haploid spores. So sporangium is diploid. Stomium cells part of the sporangium, of course it is diploid. Annulus is the part of the sporangium, it is diploid. Then indusium cell, it is the part of the entire spore bearing structures. It is a covering. So this is also diploid. So this is also diploid. Then stomium cells, this is also diploid. So indusium cell diploid, stomium cell is diploid. Now what about NCC, that is neck canal cells? What are these neck canal cells? I think I have already drawn the neck canal cells, which are present in a flask shaped sporangium, archegonium, correct? They have a structure called as stalk, then they have neck canal cell, correct? NCC, then this is the neck, hello. Then they have egg cell, then they have venter cell, This particular base is called as venter. They are already studied. So, neck canal cell is haploid. Archegonium, it is haploid. Sex organs are haploid because these are produced by the gametophyte, and gametophyte is haploid. Since the gametophyte is haploid, these sex organs, maybe male sex organ or antheridium, and the female sex organ or archegonium, both are what? Haploid. So NCC is the part of this archegonium. So this is also haploid. Now rhizome cell. Rhizome is the part of the sporophyte. Rhizome, part of the sporophyte, it is stem-like structure. So sporophyte is diploid, so rhizome is 2n diploid. Then sporophyll cells. Sporophyll means the leaves which produces the sporangium. Inside the sporangium there are spores. Now spores are not produced. It is in sporophyll stage. So it is also diploid, 2n. Prothallus, it is a gametophyte. Gametophyte is haploid, it is the n. SMC means spore mother cell. Spore mother cell now it is. It has not undergone meiosis. So it is diploid. After meiosis only it will become haploid. So SMC, it is also diploid, 2n. Spore, of course, it is haploid, n. Then antherozoid mother cell. Antherozoid mother cell, from which the antherozoid comes. So antherozoid mother cell is a part of male gametophyte. Male gametophyte is haploid. So antherozoid mother cell is also haploid. So now count. Indusium cell diploid 1 ಆಯಿತು, ಸ್ಟೋಮಿಯಂ ಸೆಲ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಿಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್ 2 ಆಯಿತು, ರೈಸೋಮ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಡಿಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್ ಆಯಿತು 3 ಆಯಿತು, ಸ್ಪೋರೋಫಿಲ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಡಿಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್ ಆಯಿತು 4, SMC is diploid 5 ಆಯಿತು. So total how many diploid structures in a fern, in a typical fern? 5. Option 3 is the right answer, students. Got it? So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 are haploid, 5 are diploid. Got it? Shall we move to the next question? Question number 26. Mark the correct statement for the organism given below in the figure. Anyone can easily identify. What is this? Yes, students, equisetum, horse tail. It is the right answer. So it is a member of Sphenopsida group, one of the group of Pteridophyta. Correct? Lycopsida, Sphenopsida, then Pteridopsida, then what is the one more class of pteridophytes? 4 classes. Correct? Lycopsida, Sphenopsida, Xylotum, Pteropsida, Sphenopsida, Pteridopsida and Lycopsida. So this belongs to Sphenopsida, the diagram, horse tail, equisetum. So mark the correct statement. Nakrali yav statement correct. 1. The structure labeled A is a male cone. 2. It is member of Sphenopsida. 3. Nodes are hollow while internodes are solid. 4. This is commonly called as stone wort. ನೋಡಿ, ಥರ್ಡ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ. ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಹಾಲೋ ವೈಲ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇಂಟರ್ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಹಾಲೋ, ಟೊಳ್ಳಾಗಿದೆ, ಟೊಳ್ಳು. ಓಕೆ, ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಗಟ್ಟಿಯಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಮನ್ಲಿ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎಸ್ ಸ್ಟೋನ್ ವರ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಇದನ್ನು ಸ್ಟೋನ್ ವರ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಆಲ್ಗೆ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಆಲ್ಗೆ, ಕ್ಲೋರೋಫೈಸಿಯೆ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಒಂದು ಮೆಂಬರ್, ಕೆಲವು ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸನ್ನು ಸ್ಟೋನ್ ವರ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಕೇರಾ ಅಂತ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎಸ್ ಕೇರಾ, CHARA, ಕೀರಾ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಕೇರಾ. ಈ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಆಲ್ಗೆ ಏನಿದೆ, ಕ್ಲೋರೋಫೈಸಿಯೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಕಾಮನ್ ನೇಮ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಸ್ಟೋನ್ ವರ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ this Kera is a green algae which is usually found in muddy bottom of the water. Okay, bottom of the calm water, ನಿಂತ ನೀರಿನಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಮಡ್ಡಿನಲ್ಲಿದೆ. So it is covered with lime. What is lime? Lime is nothing but calcium carbonate. So this is covered with the lime, which is the calcium carbonate. Sariya? So this is the calcium carbonate deposition ide, which is extracted from the hard alkaline water. Calcium carbonate ಚಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಥವಾ ಕ್ಯಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಡೆಪಾಸಿಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಹೇಗೆ ಡೆಪಾಸಿಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ? ಅದು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಶಿಯಂ ಕಾರ್ಬೋನೇಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬಂತು? ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ alkaline water. It is already present in the water, it is get deposited. Okay, so and it makes it the layer hard and like appear like a stone. That is why this kera, it is called as the stone wort. Okay, now the structure labeled A is a male cone. Absolutely wrong. It is a, what is this? Structure labeled A is male cone? No, there is no separation of male and female cone. Alva? Those are homosporous. Correct? See, homosporous. Majority of the pteridophytes, all the spores are of similar kinds. So such plants are called as the homospores. But Selaginella salvinia, they are heterosporous. So one cannot be the right answer. Now sir, 2. It is the member of Synopsida. Absolutely correct. So option 2 is the right answer. We'll move to question number 27. Member of Plantae having endospermic, perispermic, polycotyledonous and winged seeds is also related to ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ? ಪ್ಲಾಂಟೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂಡೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮಿಕ್ ಇದೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎನ್ ಎಂಡೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಟಿವ್ ಟಿಶ್ಯೂ. It is a nutritive tissue of the seed which is derived from nucellus. We studied nucellus. It's a part of the ovule. So the nucellus will give rise to the endosperm, and it is deposited external to the embryo sac. It is deposited external to the embryo sac. Embryo sac is nothing but the female gametophyte inside which the embryo develops. So this will give nourishment for the developing embryo. Okay. Next, perispermic. What is perispermic? What is a perisperm? Perisperm means persistent nucellus. In some of the seeds, the nucellus which forms the endosperm, which persists even after the seed maturation. So this persisting endosperm nucellus, that is called as the perisperm. Okay. Then double fertilization, no, polycotyledonous, ಅಂದರೆ many cotyledons are present. Cotyledons are nutritive in function, and winged seeds, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ರೆಕ್ಕೆ ಇದೆ, wings ಇದೆ. It is related to dash, it is related to the sulfur shower. ಸಲ್ಫರ್ ಶವರ್ ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ? ಜಿಮ್ನೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್, ಪೈನಸ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಪೈನಸ್ ಸೀಡ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಎಂಡೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮಿಕ್, ದೇ ಆರ್ ಪೆರಿಸ್ಪರ್ಮಿಕ್, and they are polycotyledonous, and they are winged seeds. Okay, so winged seeds helps for dispersal of the pollen grains with the wind current. So it is called as anemophily. We have discussed pollination through wind is called as anemophily. So sulfur shower. So reproduction or pollination in pine tree. Okay, that is the sulfur shower. As the pollen comes mature, they discharge large quantities of the pollen grains. They release it into the air, and it appears as a yellow cloud of yellow pollen grains. Means the color of the sulfur is yellow. So that is why, since the pollen grain appears like yellow, they have given the name as sulfur shower, because such a large quantities of pollen grains are released. It appears like a showering of sulfur, because they are yellow in color. Sulfur is also yellow in color. shower of sulfur, it is appears like. That is why it is called as sulfur shower. So this particular phenomena of sulfur shower occurs during spring season. Okay, so sulfur shower, that is the pinus pollen grains, they when they spread, they appear like a sulfur shower. So members of the plant having endospermic, perispermic, polycotyledones and winged seeds is also related to the sulfur shower. This is nothing but the pinus seeds. Okay. Okay, so the right answer is option 1. We'll move to question number 28. Which one constitutes the dominant vegetation in colder regions? Dominant vegetation in colder regions, not warmer region, cold iruvanta region alli. 1 monocots, 2 dicots, 3 legumes, 4 gymnosperms. Yavadu? Yes, students, it is gymnosperms. Dominant vegetation they have in cold regions. Okay. So mainly in the Arctic regions. Okay. So the large vegetation you can see in Arctic regions in case of gymnosperms, cold regions. You know, to question number 29. Which of the given sets are matched correctly? ಕೆಳಗಿನ ಕೊಟ್ಟ ಸೆಟ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ಎ ಕಾಂಡ್ರಸ್ ಆಲ್ಗಿನ್, ಬಿ ಗ್ರೆಸಿಲೇರಿಯಾ ಅಗಾರ್, ಸಿ ಸೈಕಸ್ ಕೊರೊಲಾಯ್ಡ್ ರೂಟ್, ಡಿ ಪೈನಸ್ ಕೆನಡಾ ಬಾಲ್ಸಮ್, ಇ ಅಡಿಯಾಂಟಮ್ ವಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಫರ್ನ್, ಎಫ್ ಲೈಕೋಪೋಡಿಯಂ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ಮಾಸ್, ಜಿ ಸೆಡ್ರಸ್ ಇಂಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಗ್ಯಾಮೆಟೋಫೈಟ್, ಎಚ್ ಸಿಕ್ವಿಯಾ ಟಾಲೆಸ್ಟ್ ಜಿಮ್ನೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್. ಬನ್ನಿ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ರೈಟ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಹಿಯರ್? ಕಾಂಡ್ರಸ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ರೆಡ್ ಆಲ್ಗೆ, ಆಲ್ಗಿನ್ obtained from brown algae, so that is not the right answer. Gracilaria is used for preparation of agar, that is the right answer. Correct? Gelidium and Gracilaria are red algae ಅಲ್ವಾ. ನಂತರ ನೋಡಿ ಸಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಸೈಕಸ್ ಕೊರೊಲಾಯ್ಡ್ ರೂಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ನಂತರ ಪೈನಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆನಡಾ ಬಾಸಮ್ ಸಿಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಕೆನಡಾ ಬಾಸಮ್? So this is also called as Canada turpentine. Canada balsam is also called as Canada turpentine. Canada turpentine ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ ಅದನ್ನು. ಓಕೆ, ಆರ್ ಬಾಲ್ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಫರ್, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹೆಸರು ಬಾಲ್ಸಮ್ of fur. So it is a turpentine made from the resins of balsam. So what is this? It is a turpentine which is made up from resins of balsam. ಬಾಲ್ಸಮ್ ಅಂತ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದರ ರೆಸಿನ್ಸ್, ಅದರಿಂದ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರ್ತದಲ್ಲ ಹಾಲು ದ್ರವ, ಸೊ ಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಕಿ ದ್ರವ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರ್ತದಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ರೆಸಿನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬಾಲ್ಸಮ್. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಕಂಟೈನ್ಸ್ ಟರ್ಪೆಂಟೈನ್ ಅಂತ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಕೆನಡಾ ಟರ್ಪೆಂಟೈನ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಬಾಲ್ಸಮ್ ಫರ್ ಟ್ರೀ, ಅದರ ಹೆಸರೇನು? ಬಾಲ್ಸಮ್ ಫರ್ ಟ್ರೀ. ಬಾಲ್ಸಮ್ ಫರ್ ಟ್ರೀ ಅಂತ ಟ್ರೀ ಒಂದು ವೈಟ್ ಕಲರ್ ರೆಸಿನ್ಸನ್ನು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ, ಗಮ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗೆ, ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಕಿ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್, ಅದು ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎಸ್ ಟರ್ಪೆಂಟೈನ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎಸ್ ಕೆನಡಾ ಟರ್ಪೆಂಟೈನ್ ಆರ್ ಬಾಲ್ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಫರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅದರ ದ ಸೈಂಟಿಫಿಕ್ ನೇಮ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಎಬಿಯಸ್ ಬಾಲ್ಸಾಮಿಯಾ. ಎಬಿಯಸ್ ಬಾಲ್ಸಾಮಿಯಾ, Abies balsamea. This is mainly native to North America. ಎಲ್ಲಿರೋದು mainly North America ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಇದು ವೈಟಿಶ್ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿರೋದು ಯೆಲ್ಲೋಯಿಶ್ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್, ಯೆಲ್ಲೋಯಿಶ್ ಟು ಗ್ರೀನಿಶ್ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್, ಯೆಲ್ಲೋಯಿಶ್ ಟು ಗ್ರೀನಿಶ್ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಅದು ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. yellowish to greenish liquid. Okay. So it is used for, it is a viscous ಅಂದರೆ ತುಂಬ thick slowly moving substance, viscous. Okay, viscosity and the resistance to flow in physics. So it is a viscous liquid. So it can be used for mounting under microscope. ಮೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಕೋಪ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ನೀವು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ ನೀವೊಂದು ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರು ಟಿಶ್ಯೂ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಆ ಟಿಶ್ಯೂವನ್ನು ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಕೋಪಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಫಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟೇನ್ ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಿ, ಟಿಶ್ಯೂಗೆ ಸ್ಟೇನ್ ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಿ. ಸ್ಟೇನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಕಲರ್ಡ್ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀರಿ. ಆ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ದು ಸೆಂಟರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಟಿಶ್ಯೂ ಇಡ್ತೀರಿ, ಆ್ಯನಿಮಲ್ ಟಿಶ್ಯೂ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ ಟಿಶ್ಯೂ, ಅದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಫಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ನೀವು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಲರ್ ಸ್ಟೇನ್ ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಿ, ನಂತರ ಅದನ್ನು ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ವಿತ್ ದ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಕವರ್ ಸ್ಲಿಪ್. ಸರಿಯಾ? ಕವರ್ ಸ್ಲಿಪ್ಪಿಂದ ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡುವ ಮೊದಲು ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕೆನಡಾ ಬಾಲ್ಸಮ್. ಸೊ ವಿಚ್ ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ದ ಯೆಲ್ಲೋಯಿಶ್ ಟು ಗ್ರೀನಿಶ್ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ವಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್. ನಂತರ ಕವರ್ ಸ್ಲಿಪ್ ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಾ, then you will observe under the microscope so that you can see this material, whether it is a plant material or whether it is a animal tissue. You can see it is easily under the microscope. Okay, that is the function of the Canada balsam. So it reflects the light and you can see the material what is there behind the cover slip very easily. So this particular Canada balsam is used for observing the particular tissue of plant or animal or material under the microscope. So that is not obtained from the pinus, but it is obtained from Abies balsamea. It is a balsam fir tree and native to North America. We will move to Adiantum. Is a walking fern. You are familiar. Lycopodium is not a cord moss. Lycopodium is a club moss because it is like a structure of a club, stick ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ. That is why it is called as club moss. It is not a cord moss. Funaria hygrometrica. Funaria hygrometrica. Funaria hygrometrica. Okay, this is called as the cord moss. This is called as the cord moss. ಸೊ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಟ್ವಿಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಸೀಟ, ಅದರಲ್ಲೂ ಸೀಟ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಟ್ವಿಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್. ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಅಂದರೆ ದಾರ ಅಲ್ಲ, ದಾರವನ್ನು ಟ್ವಿಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ತದಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದಾರದಾಗಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಟ್ವಿಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅದರ ಸೀಟವನ್ನು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೈ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಹೈಗ್ರೋಸ್ಕೋಪಿಕ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ದ ಅಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಟು ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಬ್ಸ್ ದ ಮಾಯಿಶ್ಚರ್. ಹೈಗ್ರೋಸ್ಕೋಪಿಕ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅನ್ಟ್ವಿಸ್ಟ್ ವೆನ್ ಮಾಯಿಸ್ಟ್. ಡ್ರೈ ಆದಾಗ ಅದು ಟ್ವಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಅದರದು ಯಾವುದು ಸೀಟ ಏನಿದೆ, ಓಕೆ, ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದು ಟ್ವಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಡ್ರೈ ಇರುವಾಗ. ಪುನಃ ಅನ್ಟ್ವಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಮಾಯಿಶ್ಚರ್ ಬಂದಾಗ, ಮಾಯಿಸ್ಟ್ ಇರುವಾಗ. ಸೊ ಮಾಯಿಸ್ಟ್ ಇರುವಾಗ ಅನ್ಟ್ವಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಡ್ರೈ ಆಗುವಾಗ ಟ್ವಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅದರ ಸೀಟ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ ದಿಸ್ ಫಿನೇರಿಯಾ ಹೈಗ್ರೋಮೆಟ್ರಿಕಾ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಮನ್ಲಿ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ದ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಸ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ cedrus. Cedrus is the independent gametophyte. Cedrus is the independent gametophyte. ಅದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ನೋ. Cedrus is, in the Cedrus the gametophyte is dependent on the sporophyte because Cedrus is a gymnosperm. So gymnospermನಲ್ಲಿ sporophyte is the dominant phase and gametophyte is the phase which depend upon the sporophyte. So ಅದು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. H. sequoia, it is the tallest gymnosperm. Yes, it's correct. So ಯಾವುದೆಲ್ಲ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ? ಬಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್, ಸಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್, ಇ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ಎಚ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ದ ರೈಟ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ 1. Let's move to question number 30. How many generations are present in the seed of gymnosperm? Seed of gymnosperm ನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 1, 4, 4. Can you guess? Are you sure? Generation in the seed of gymnosperm. Now there is a parental sporophyte. Parental sporophyte. ಈಗ ಸ್ಪೋರೋಫೈಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ಪೋರ್ ಬೇರಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಆ ಪೇರೆಂಟಲ್ ಸ್ಪೋರೋಫೈಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸೀಡ್ ಕೋಟ್ ಬಂತು. ಸೊ ಸೀಡ್ ಕೋಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಡಿಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ಐ ರೈಟ್ 2n. Then if you take the female gametophyte, the female gametophyte, okay, the gametophyte is a structure which bears the gamete. So the gametophyte is equivalent to the endosperm in gymnosperm. I already explained. So this is gymnosperm is haploid N. The endosperm is haploid N because female gametophyte is also haploid. So female gametophyte is equivalent to endosperm. So both are haploid. Then new plant. New plant is nothing but developed from the embryo. So the embryo is diploid. So the new plant, sporophytic plant, is diploid. Sporophytic plant is diploid. It has got seed coat. ಅಲ್ಲ, ಸೀಡ್ ಕೋಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಓವ್ಯೂಲ್. ಸೊ ಫೀಮೇಲ್ ಗ್ಯಾಮೆಟೋಫೈಟ್ನ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋ ಇದೆ. ಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋ ವಿಲ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ವಾಟ್? ಎ ನ್ಯೂ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಓವ್ಯೂಲ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಸೀಡ್. ದ ಸೀಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಸೀಡ್ ಕೋಟ್ ಬಟ್ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ ವಾಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಬ್ಸೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಸೀಡ್ ಕೋಟ್ ಈಸ್ 2n. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ದ ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೇಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫೀಮೇಲ್ ಗ್ಯಾಮೆಟ್, ಎರಡು ಕೂಡ ಹ್ಯಾಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್. n+n ಆಗಿ 2n ಆಯಿತು. ಸೊ ಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಡಿಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್. ನ್ಯೂ ಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋದಿಂದ ನ್ಯೂ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಡಿಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ಪೇರೆಂಟಲ್ ಸ್ಪೋರೋಫೈಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಡಿಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್. ಸೀಡ್ ಕೋಟ್ ಪೇರೆಂಟಲ್ ಸ್ಪೋರೋಫೈಟಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಅದು ಡಿಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್. ಫೀಮೇಲ್ ಗ್ಯಾಮೆಟೋಫೈಟ್ ಇದೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್. ಎಂಡೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲೆಂಟ್ ಟು ದ ಫೀಮೇಲ್ ಗ್ಯಾಮೆಟೋಫೈಟ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಹ್ಯಾಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ಎರಡು ಡಿಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್, ಒಂದು ಹ್ಯಾಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಬಂತು. ಸೊ how many generations are present in the seed of gymnosperm? So the right answer is 3 generations are present in the seed. Seed ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಸೀಡಿಗೆ ಸೀಡ್ ಕೋಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೀಡ್ ಕೋಟ್ is diploid, okay, because it is developing on the parental sporophyte. ನಂತರ seed has got female gametophyte ಅಲ್ವಾ? So female gametophyte is formed as a result of reduction, division, meiosis. So this female gametophyte is equivalent to the endosperm. Female gametophyte nalle develop endosperm because this female gametophyte contains the nutritive tissue which can give nourishment to the developing embryo. So it is called as the nourishing part, endosperm. So it becomes haploid N. Nantra seed anta heluvaga seed has the ability to produce a new plant. ಸೀಡ್ನ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋ ಇದೆ, ಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋ ಇಸ್ ಡಿಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ನ್ಯೂ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಸ್ಪೋರೋಫೈಟ್, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಡಿಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ಈ 3 ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಕೂಡ ಬರ್ತದೆ. 2 ಡಿಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಬಂತು, ಒಂದು ಹ್ಯಾಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್ ಬಂತು ಅಲ್ವಾ? 2 ಡಿಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಬಂತು, ಒಂದು ಹ್ಯಾಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಬಂತು. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ 3 ಜನರೇಷನ್ಸ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೋರೋಫೈಟ್ ಬಂತು, ಸ್ಪೋರೋಫೈಟಿಂದ ಗೆಮಿಟೋಫೈಟ್ ಬಂತು, ಗೆಮಿಟೋಫೈಟಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ನ್ಯೂ ಸ್ಪೋರೋಫೈಟಿಕ್ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್? ಸರಿಯಾ? ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ there are altogether 3 generations. How many generations? 3 generations in the present in the seed of the gymnosperms. Correct? Next, coming to question number 31. Gametophytic plant body is non-vascular in. Vascular andre they have water conductive tissue known as xylem and food conductive tissue known as phloem. ಅದು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾನ್ ವ್ಯಾಸ್ಕ್ಯುಲಾರ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಗ್ಯಾಮಿಟೋಫೈಟಿಕ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಈಸ್ ನಾನ್ ವ್ಯಾಸ್ಕ್ಯುಲಾರ್ ಇನ್ 1 algae and liverworts, 2 mosses and ferns, 3 gymnosperms and angiosperms, 4 all of these. ಯಾವುದು ಆನ್ಸರ್? ನಾನ್ ವ್ಯಾಸ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್. ಆಲ್ಗೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನ್ ವ್ಯಾಸ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್, ಲಿವರ್ವರ್ಡ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ವ್ಯಾಸ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್, ಅದರಿಂದ ಅದು ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಮಾಸಸಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನ್ ವ್ಯಾಸ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್, ಫರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ವ್ಯಾಸ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್, ಅದಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಜಿಮ್ನೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಮತ್ತು ಎಂಜಿಯೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡರಲ್ಲೂ ವ್ಯಾಸ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್, ಸೊ ಅದಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾನ್ ವ್ಯಾಸ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಗ್ಯಾಮಿಟೋಫೈಟಿಕ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಇಸ್ ನಾನ್ ವ್ಯಾಸ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಇನ್ ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಆಪ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಆಲ್ಗೆ, ಒಂದು ಆಪ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಸಸಲ್ಲಿ ಉಂಟು. ಓಕೆ, ದೆನ್ ಜಿಮ್ನೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎಂಜಿಯೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಗ್ಯಾಮಿಟೋಫೈಟಿಕ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಇಸ್ ನಾನ್ ವ್ಯಾಸ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್. ಎಲ್ಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಗ್ಯಾಮಿಟೋಫೈಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾನ್ ವ್ಯಾಸ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್, ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ಜಿಮ್ನೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಮತ್ತು ಎಂಜಿಯೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಪೋರೋಫೈಟಿಕ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಸ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್, ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಲ್ಗೆ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಬ್ರಯೋಫೈಟ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಟೆರಡೋಫೈಟ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಅಥವಾ ಜಿಮ್ನೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಅಥವಾ ಎಂಜಿಯೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಎಲ್ಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಗ್ಯಾಮಿಟೋಫೈಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾನ್ ವ್ಯಾಸ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್, ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಈಸ್ 4. Let's move to question number 32, students. Endosperm of gymnosperm is ontogenetically similar to angiospermic. 1 endosperm, 2 embryo sac, 3 archegonium, 4 megasporangia. ಯಾವುದು ಆನ್ಸರ್? Endosperm nutritive tissue of the gymnosperm is ontogenetically similar to angiospermic what? Embryo sac. ಈ ಎಂಜಿಯೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಆ ಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋ ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ ಏನಿದೆ, ಫಿಮೇಲ್ ಗ್ಯಾಮಿಟೋಫೈಟ್ ಏನಿದೆಯೋ ಅದರ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಎಂಡೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಟ್ರಿಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಎಂಡೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಜಿಮ್ನೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಂಟೋಜೆನಿಕಲಿ, ಅಂದರೆ ಆಂಟೋಜೆನಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಆಫ್ ಎನ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಂಟೋಜೆನಿ? ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಆಫ್ ಆ್ಯನ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್. ಆಂಟೋಜೆನಿ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ developmental history, ontogeny, developmental history of an organism, it is called as ontogeny. So female gametophyte is developed into endosperm in case of gymnosperm. ಆದರೆ ಆ ಎಂಡೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋ ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ನ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಫೌಂಡ್ ಆಯಿತು ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಂಜಿಯೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಫ್ಲವರಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್. ಜಿಮ್ನೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಎಂಡೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದರೆ ಎಂಜಿಯೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಎಂಡೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಈಸ್ ಟ್ರಿಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್, 3N. ಸರಿಯಾ? ಸೊ ಎಂಡೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಜಿಮ್ನೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಂಟೋಜೆನಿಕಲಿ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ಟು ಎಂಜಿಯೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮಿಕ್ ಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋ ಸ್ಯಾಕ್. ಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋ ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್. ಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋ ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್. The gymnosperm, the endosperm in gymnosperm is also haploid. The embryo sac in angiosperm is haploid. ಎರಡು haploid. So it is ontogenically related. ಅಂದರೆ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಆಫ್ ಎನ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ ನೋಡಿದರೆ the embryo sac is equivalent to the endosperm of the gymnosperm. Okay? ಆ ಎಂಡೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಈಸ್ ಟ್ರಿಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್, ಅದಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆರ್ಕಿಗೋನಿಯಮ್ ಅಂತ ಎಂಜಿಯೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಇಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್. Megasporangia is diploid, because megasporangia is the ovule is diploid. So right answer is option 2. Question number 33. Flowering plants are more successful than other members of the plant world because 1. They are large and have a good vascular tissue system. 2. They carry out variety of pollination mechanism. 3. The protected plant embryo can survive in the period of unfavorable conditions. 4. All of this. Yes, students, you are right. All of these answers are correct. Option 4 is the right answer. Because flowering plants are more successful than other members of the plant world. Why? Because they are large and have a good vascular tissue system. Xylem, water conductive tissue, and phloem, food conductive tissue. They carry out variety of pollination mechanism. Pollination through wind, anemophily. Pollination through birds, ornithophily. Pollination through insects, entomophily. Pollination through animals, zoophily. Pollination through mollusks, melacophily. Pollination through water, hydrophily. So they have different modes of pollination. The protected plant embryo can survive in the period of unfavorable conditions. Yes, the embryo is well protected inside the seed, so seed protects the embryo in unfavorable conditions. So all the options are correct. Let's move to question number 34. A. Heterospory is found in all members of Pteropsida. Sorry, heterospory andre producing two types of spores. Smaller spores are called as microspores, the larger spores are called as megaspores. So heterospory is found in all members of Pteropsida, which includes Pteris, Diropteris and Adiantum firm. Correct. There are two types of spores in the Pteropsida group of pteridophyte. B. Selaginella is advanced among pteridophytes as it produces seeds. Correct. Selaginella is advanced in the pteridophytes. Selaginella and salivate produces two types of spores, heterospory, and which leads to the seed habit, precursor to the seed habit, okay, and plays an important role in the evolution. Option C. Pinus leaves are monomorphic. Mono andre single, morphic andre externally appear. ಒಂದೇ ಲಕ್ಕ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಪೈನಸ್ ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ mono. Pinnately compound leaf and have sunken stomata as adaptation against transpiration. Transpiration ಅಂದರೆ loss of water through the aerial parts of the plant body. ಸರಿಯಾ, ಇವಾಪರೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನನ್ನು ಪ್ರಿವೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಜಿಮ್ನೋಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವು ಅಡ್ಯಾಪ್ಟೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ನೀವು ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಒಂದೇನಂತೀರಿ, ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಮೋನೋಮಾರ್ಫಿಕ್, ಒಂದೇ ಟೈಪ್ ಇದು ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸಂಕನ್ ಸ್ಟೊಮಾಟ ಆರ್ ದ ಓಪನಿಂಗ್ ಥ್ರೂ ವಿಚ್ ದ ವಾಟರ್ ವೇಪರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಮೂವ್ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬಾಡಿ. ಸೊ ಸ್ಟೊಮಾಟ ತುಂಬ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇದ್ದರೆ ವಾಟರ್ ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೋಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ವಾಟರ್ ರಿಟೈನ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ. ಮೋನೋಮಾರ್ಫಿಕ್. ಪಿನ್ನೇಟ್ಲಿ ಕಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಲೀಫ್ ಅಂದರೆ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಲೀವ್ಸ್. ಪಿನ್ನ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಲೀಫ್ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಈಗ ಇದೊಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಚ್, ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಳ್ಳುವ. ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾರಿಂಗ್ ಎ ಲೀಫ್ ಇಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಎ ಬೇಸ್, is a leaf base, and it has a stalk. That is, stalk is called as the petiole, and this is the leaf blade. It is called as leaf lamina anta. Sariya, these all structures you are going to study in the morphology of flowering plants. So it has got a base, it has got a petiole andre stalk, and it has got a lamina andre leaf blade ide. So this is a simple leaf. This is an example for a simple leaf. Now pinnately compound leaves ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು ಕಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಲೀಫಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಈಗ ಪಿನ್ನೇಟ್ಲಿ ಕಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಲೀಫ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಹೇಗಂತೆ, ಡ್ರಾ ದ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಯು. Now just see here, in case of pinnately compound leaf, ಸೊ ಇದು ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಚ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ ಆಗಿದರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬೇಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಪೆಟಿಯೋಲ್ ಬಂತು. ಸೊ ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಪೆಟಿಯೋಲ್, ಓಕೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಸಿ ದ lamina or the leaf blade itself, it is divided into minute structures. So those are called as leaflets. What they are called as leaflets. Now just see this, like this, small leaflets. So these leaflets, they are called as pinnae or leaflets. ಹೀಗಿರೋದು in the case of compound leaf. You can find in the case of compound leaf this structure. So it is called as pinnately compound leaf. This is a simple leaf. When the leaf lamina or the leaf blade is divided into small pinnae leaflets, then it forms a compound leaf. In simple way I have explained, but detailed explanation you will get in morphology of flowering plants. Okay. So these are all structures, ಅಂದರೆ pinnately compound leaf ಇರೋದು, ನಂತರ sunken stomata ಇರೋದು, monomorphic leaves. These are all the monomorphic leaves. ಒಂದೇ ಟೈಪ್ ಇದು leaves. These are all made to prevent the loss of water through transpiration. That is also correct. Now the D character is sporic meiosis is characteristic of life cycle in many organisms like volvox, Chlamydomonas and Eleutheryx. Volvox, Chlamydomonas ಮತ್ತು Eleutheryx. These are all examples for green algae ಅಂದರೆ Chlorophyceae members. Sporic meiosis, see haplontic life cycle, there is a diploid zygote which undergo meiosis and it forms spores. So sporic meiosis is occur in all these in all these algae, green algae. So that is also the right option. So A, B, C, D all are correct. So the right option is the answer or option 1, students, for question number 34. Let's move to the last question, that is question number 35. Identify the labels A, B, C and D in the figure given below. ಒಂದು ಫಿಗರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎ ಬಿ ಸಿ ಡಿ ಯಾವುದು ಅಂತ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ನೋಡೋಣ. ಎ ಯಾವುದು? ಎ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಪೋರೋಫೈಟ್, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಬಿ, ಇಟ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಗೋ ಮಿಯೋಸಿಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಟು ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಸ್. Then C, these spores will develop into gametophyte and gametophyte produces the gametes. The different gametes will fuse and fusion is called as syngamy and formation of the gametes is called as gametogenesis. So gametogenesis, C is nothing but the gametogenesis, okay, and fusion of the gametes is called as syngamy. Syngamy results in the formation of a diploid zygote. So D is the zygote and that zygote will undergo zygotic meiosis once again and forms haploid spores and the haplontic life cycle continues. This is an example for haplontic life cycle. You can see in case of volvox, Chlamydomonas, Eleutheryx, the green algae or Chlorophycean members. So A is the sporophyte, B is the meiosis, C is the gametogenesis and D is the zygote. So answer 4 is the right option for question number 35, students. So with this we have completed the worksheet number 3 for the chapter Plant Kingdom. So I will give you more worksheet, more practice questions you need to solve and you need to submit them on time. I will give you some time and I will send you the questions. Okay. So students, note down all the important points which I have written on the board and also take down my lecture notes, and thank you for watching the video.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.